All right, we are ready to rock and roll. Today, we are going to be, we're going to be covering three topics. The first one we're going to be covering is the simple YouTube content hack that got me 11,000 subscribers, and it's not what you think. So we're going to go through that. The other thing is we're going to talk about what I learned from my first 1,000 YouTube subscribers. And well, I've been doing this now for over 17 years and actually celebrating that this month. And I've got some really interesting things to share with you there. And I think it'll also benefit you if you are trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. And then the last thing that we're going to be talking about today is this 1-minute YouTube edit that made my business $100,000. Actually 100,000 plus. And in some businesses, we could say it actually generated 7 figures. So that's what we're going to be talking about here today. Scotty's in a new place, so we're going to see how his connection is. And actually, Scotty, it tuned up. It's looking pretty good. You're pretty clean right now.
We'll see.
We're on a different server, you are, and it actually looks really sharp right now. So it's crazy on how it's not sharp, and then all of a sudden we get sharp. Guys, let us know in the comments, how is Scotty's stream looking? Is it sharp? Is it clean? We're just curious. He's in a new location. We moved him over the weekend, and he's in a new location. So let us know how it looks. All right. We are going to get rocking and rolling here, Scotty. I know that we've got a bunch to cover. Do we want to just dive in, or did you have anything that you wanted to mention before we get rocking and rolling?
No, I mean, I think the only thing I want to say with our, the title of this, it's a simple YouTube content hack that, got us 11,000 subscribers in a year. I just want to say one thing with that. Okay. And this is something that kind of the reason we decided to go with this title as the live stream title is one thing for us on our channel is that we know there's a couple words, one word in particular that perks people up. Subscribers. They see subscribers. They want to get more subscribers. They want to see that. They want to see how we got results, other people got results. And what you're about to find out, though, in a second is that it's not necessarily YouTube subscribers. It's actually something else. Because I think we need to – it's no longer about how many subscribers you have as far as on YouTube anymore. I think people are still fixated on I need 100,000 subscribers to make money, this and that. I can tell you now there is multiple – thousands of accounts that have 100,000 plus 500, maybe even 1 million, and they're not pulling in what you think. A lot of them aren't, because you see subscriber count, you think more money. It doesn't work like that. And then what I want to kind of get through to everyone, what we're going to be sharing in here today, is that the subscribers we're actually focusing on is actually email subscribers, and it's not YouTube subscribers, because YouTube subscribers, honestly, to us, yes, we appreciate every single one of you that subscribes to the channel, but that's not our main focus. And we would still be happy and still be profitable and still be making, good revenue coming in from this channel with only 1,001 subscribers if we needed that. And I say that because that gets you to monetization, to at least make a little extra money to build your email list while you are creating content. So, Let's kind of just debunk the whole you need subscribers to be successful on YouTube. That's gone. Those days are gone. And as well as views. Right. Those days are gone. It's a big misconception. So kind of teeing that off to you of what we're going to be going into with this first topic.
Yeah, and I think you hit the nail right on the head. It's like, the YouTube subscribers, yes, it's kind of like a gauge to say, okay, people are liking my content. But I want to ask you, what makes you subscribe? What makes you become a subscriber of someone's channel? I think if we go there, you might realize, oh, I guess I don't subscribe to a lot of channels, but I watch maybe a lot of channels. But what gets you to want to subscribe? And so if you're watching someone's content a lot, but you don't subscribe, but that person doesn't get a subscriber, but he gets a viewer, What would you rather have, a viewer or a subscriber? You know, so let us know that in the comments. So here's what I want to say though, and we talk a lot about this, is like we want to deplatform, and what that basically means is we want to take our audience that we are building and we want to be able to deplatform them, meaning we don't necessarily want to just keep everything on YouTube. That's where the conversation starts. That's where the attraction happened, right? That's where the attention came from, which is great. And guys, I've been doing this for 17 years. And actually this month, October, marks the 17th year that I made my first, I don't want to say dollar, but my first substantial amount of revenue. I actually made $12,500 this month. And actually in about 3 days from today was that day. And that changed my life forever. But it came from posting on YouTube for about 6 months until I made that money. But it was all about building the audience. And it wasn't necessarily about subscribers, because that money that was generated was not from a lot of subscribers. I think at that time it was just under 1,000 subscribers. But what we were able to do even back then, even before I knew what the heck I was doing and really kind of came up with this playbook, if you will, over the years that I've been able to use over and over again, it was taking that person and getting them over to our email list so we can build what we call our KLT, our know, like, and trust. And that's something that we do even to this day. If you are here, if you're a subscriber of our channel right now, we thank you. But some of you are also our email subscribers, and we have 36,600 on this channel right now of YouTube subscribers, but we've got 11,000 people that have come over. And actually there's more than that. There's like 15,000, but 11,000 are still active. Okay. On our email list. Okay. And so that's the number that I think makes it, I guess, a better number to focus on, because that means that you, number one, have control over who sees your stuff. Like right now, we have 36,000 subscribers. We're not getting 36,000 views. We're not even getting 36,000 impressions on a video. Like I could say, okay, well, let's say the thumbnail wasn't good enough, but you got the impressions. No, the impressions aren't there. We can look at our impressions and see how many people are actually seeing our stuff. And we'll click the box that says, show it to our subscribers, YouTube. But if we're not getting 36,000 impressions, that means that YouTube is not showing our stuff to our subscribers that raised their hand that said, yes, we want to get more stuff from this creator. Let that sink in for a minute. And if you don't believe me, look at your subscribers that you have. And let's say that you have 1,000 subscribers. Are you getting 1,000 impressions like within the first 24 hours? If you're not, well, YouTube probably isn't showing. Now, I'm not saying that all your impressions are based off of your subscribers, but if you had that many, like for us, 36,000, we would say, okay, then we're guaranteed to get 36,000 impressions. Nope, not the case. Okay. So what we want to do is we want to get people over to our email list, and then we want to be able to deliver value. So they want to stay on the email list. It's not just about getting them on the email list and then selling them. It's about delivering value. Okay. Sharing stories, inspirational, motivational, lessons learned, all of that stuff. So that way they want to open our emails, but there's nothing keeping them from getting our emails as long as we're delivering value. Now, some would say, well, there's spam traps and filters and stuff. There is, but there's ways around that. And there's ways that we can get to the inbox, and we can get out of the promotion tab, and we can get out of the spam filter. Like there's ways to do that. And, we talk all about that in our coaching and in our, programs, but that's not what's important today. What's important is for you to understand that 11,000 subscribers raised their hand for us to go over, deplatform, and get over onto our email list, where we control the algorithm, not YouTube. Nothing against YouTube. We love it. We're huge fans. We're going to keep posting, but we're not fixated on the subscriber count. Okay. And so that's really what I wanted to share. Now that 11,000 email subscribers that are active right now have generated over, and let this sink in, $100,000 in under 12 months. And that's not counting AdSense money. Let that sink in for a minute. Okay. 11,000 email subscribers has resulted in $100,000 plus in under 12 months.
Yep.
AdSense money, about $11,000. You can add that to it. It's a bonus. All right. But that's why YouTube subscribers are less important today than they were in the past. In the past, you're right. Yeah, you get more subscribers, you get more views. Great. But even if you look at some of these big channels, some of these ones out there, even like Think Media, right? Think Media, they've been out there publishing the YouTube stuff. Great channel, got a lot of good resources, right? They've been doing it for a long time. They've got like, I don't know, maybe 2 million, maybe 3 million now. I don't know. They're not getting 2 million people watching their stuff every video. They're not, so it's like, put that into perspective. It's a vanity number that, yes, oh, I get the plaque. I get the silver plaque. Yeah, I got one back there too. Cool. Doesn't mean that you're going to get more reach. All right. So what is the content hack that I want to share with you here today? Well, there's 3 things that go along with this. Number 1 is create a free resource. Create a free resource that you can give people in return for them signing up to your email list. And I'm going to give you an example on what this looks like here in a second. All right. I'll give you a real live example. All right. So that's the first thing. And you might be saying, well, Scott, what's a free resource? I'm going to get to that. Okay. I'm going to get to that. The second thing is we always want to mention this in our videos. We always want to mention it in our videos. Somewhere in the video, we like it to be somewhere in the first, probably I would say 3 to 5 minutes, depending on how long the video is, but generally there. It's not going to be, you get in the video, as soon as you get to the video and you're like, hey, welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. And oh, by the way, I want to give you this free resource. No, that's not what we're doing. What we're doing is we're going to show up, we're going to get right to it. We're going to start delivering value, and then we will sprinkle in a little call to action that will offer a free resource. And this free resource needs to be good. It can't be this fluff, thing of like nothing of substantial to it. So what we do, I'm going to share that with you guys right now. What we do is we have something that we give away for free. And what we have right now is what we call our 100K playbook. All right. It's our 100K YouTube creators playbook. And this is a playbook that I've created along with Scotty now, but this is through 17 years. Scotty was 10 years old when I started, by the way. And we created a playbook. It's an 18-page playbook. And it goes through the 3 important things that we follow. And we followed right with this brand that led to $100,000 plus. All right. Now, if you want a copy of that, all you need to do to get that is just comment 100K down below. All right. Just comment 100K down below and we will send it to you. Now, what's going to happen here is you're going to comment 100K. We're going to send you a response, a comment back, and we're going to send you to the link where you can download it. Now, on that page, you are going to enter your name and email address to tell us where do you want us to send it. And then we are going to send it to you, and you will get an email that basically says, here it is. And then you're going to get it. You're going to download it. And then now you're going to get an email from us, maybe a day from now, maybe 3 days from now. And we'll be following up with you, either asking you about the guide, we'll be asking you maybe a question, or maybe we'll be sharing something that we're going to be working on or something that we're, that we want to share. Okay. That's how that works. So I literally just did it, right? I'm giving you a free resource that at this point in time, thousands of people have downloaded. We've had great feedback on it. And so that's a free resource that we get to show you that we want to give you something for free, and there's no strings attached. So again, if you want that, just comment 100K and we'll send it to you. If you're watching this on the live and you want to get it, we can't necessarily send you a comment for some reason. It's when you're on a live stream, you can't just go to the description and you'll find it in there. All right. So that's how that works. Now, another way that we're able to do this through our content is, number 1, yes, we are going to be able to build our email list, but I know some people are going to still say, but Scott, how do I get subscribers? I want to get my 1,000 subscribers so I can get to monetization. I get it. Here's how you do it. Are you ready? It's really, really simple. You deliver value right up front and you get right to the point. And what I mean by that is like, you're going to kick, and you're going to see this here in real time. You're here watching this. It's a live stream, or you're watching this on the replay. This is also our content creation day. So we're going to create 3 pieces of content today. This is the first piece. We got 2 more pieces that are going to be coming up, and you're going to see how I kick that video right off. I start with an intro hook, and then I get right into the content. What does that do? Number one, it shows people, oh, I like this channel, because they get right to it. They don't dilly-dally. They don't talk, just gibberish, where they're just talking about like, oh, thanks for coming back. I appreciate you showing up. Can you do me a favor? Hit like, tell me how's your day been? Like, none of that stuff. It's like, get right to it. Okay. Now this live stream's a little bit different in the beginning. It's a little bit of a slower go, but it's still pretty much to it. We get right to it. We're not going to sit there and talk about our weekend and how we moved Scotty over the weekend, and how we watched the Giants lose a game yesterday, which was horrible, right? Like, we didn't talk about any of that stuff. We got right to what you showed up for. All right. And on a video, it's really important that you do that. And when you do that, guess what? People are naturally going to subscribe to your channel. You don't even have to ask. Like 36,600 subscribers on this channel, and we did not ask for one. Why did they subscribe? Because we're producing content that gets right to the point, and we're delivering value. That's the only way that they would want to subscribe. Now, there is one other reason why they would want to subscribe, and this is another important thing for you. If you have a YouTube channel and you're going to be posting a whole bunch of random stuff, your chances of getting a subscriber are going to be a lot less. Why would someone subscribe to get random stuff? The reason why people are going to subscribe is because they want to get more of what they just got. Or, oh, this person teaches how to play guitar. Cool. I just learned one lesson on how to run a scale or how to play this one riff. Cool. I like this person, how they teach. We have a student of ours, Jeff, give him a shout out. He teaches people how to play more of the 80s and the 90s kind of hard rock, Eddie Van Halen style. If people like his style of teaching, they're going to subscribe to the channel because they want to get the next lesson. They want to get the next video. So that's how it happens. Now, if you aren't doing that, if you're not focusing on a single niche, which by the way, in the 100K playbook, we go through that. We talk about zeroing in on your niche, attracting the right person, so you can build the right audience, then how to build the email list through that same process. And then from there, how do you turn that into money? How do you monetize that? There's multiple ways you can do it. It's all in that playbook. And if you'd like a copy, like I said earlier, just comment 100K down below and we'll send it to you. Again, that's how you do it. You see how I just sprinkled that in there, by the way? That's all you do, right? I'm just giving you something of it. I'm not selling you anything. I'm literally giving you something because I want you and I to be able to maybe know each other a little bit better, right? And I can learn a little bit about you. You can learn a little bit about me. And it's someone that, like, we're in the same space. Like, you're trying to grow your YouTube channel. You might be trying to grow your business. Cool. Let's talk, right? And here's a free resource that I give all of our students, and I'd like to give it to you. That's it, right? Super easy. All right. So the other thing I want to leave you with is another way to do this is through your community posts. Mm-hmm. So when you are doing videos, that's great. But another way to build that email list is to use community posts. And if you want to see how it's done, just look through our community posts, just go under the community tab, scroll through, you'll see we do surveys, we do posts, and then we sprinkle in some ways for you to join our email list by getting a free resource, whether that's our Steady Leads playbook, whether that's our 100K playbook, whether that's our hooks, our title hooks. There's a few different ways that you can become part of our email subscriber base by getting a free resource, but it's all delivering value. All right. And once again, if you want to know exactly how to do it through these simple steps that we've been able to do now for years, 17 plus years now, just 100K in the comments and we'll send you a copy of it. Like, it's that simple. All right. So that's what I got for you there. That's the hack. All right. That's the hack. Deliver value and make calls to action for your free resource. All right. And if you don't have a free resource, create one, right? Think about what can you help your audience with right now that will give them a quick win, or what will give them more clarity? What will give them a direct line of help? For us, that 100K roadmap, that guide, that's going to give you a path. And you're going to go, oh, cool. That's okay. That one and that one. Okay, cool. Let's connect the dots. Let me go ahead and create my own now. And then you kind of go and reverse engineer it for yourself. And that's it. All right. So that's the hack. All right. Number one, don't focus on necessarily your subscribers on YouTube. Focus on the subscribers on your email list and then nurture them, get them to know, like, and trust you. And then you can make offers on the back end. And that's where you can turn that into potentially 6 figures or more. All right, Scotty, that's what I got.
Yeah. And I think one thing too, as far as like the content side of it, and even the lead magnet, that there's one thing that sticks out in my mind, that we've started since the beginning and talked about, which is solve one problem, right? That's it. It's that simple. If you can solve one problem in your niche, in your area, it's a game changer. Like, that's how you are going to give the most value to someone, because they want to solve the problem. They want to know the answer. Like, how do I get there? I'm stuck with whatever it is. How do I get over the hump? How do I get there? It's frustrating. I'm having these challenges and I can't figure it out. All these obstacles, right? But you, again, and this is what I tell a lot of people, because some people are like, oh, but you know, I'm not a guru, or I'm not an expert, or I'm not whatever. But you don't need to be. Everyone is always a step ahead of someone at something, right? It could be gardening. You could be just started gardening maybe 2 months ago. But guess what? I guarantee there's people that are just starting right now that you're 2 months ahead of them, and you might have learned a trick or tip or something that they don't know about yet, right? So it's like you can always be a step ahead of someone. And as far as like building the credibility and all of that, all it is you putting in the reps of your own journey, literally documenting your journey, and then documenting who you're helping along the process. And that doesn't necessarily even mean a client yet. It can be someone that just came across your free lead magnet, used it, and got results from it. And then now you highlight them. Because that's honestly how we started here. Is once we had the free resource, we were getting people commenting, hey, I used your hooks document and I had my first video go micro viral, and we had all this. And then all we did was, okay, screenshot, share. Now we talked about it in the video, shared a screenshot, and we shared an email maybe that they sent. And now we have all this proof coming in because we built the credibility from something that we created that was free, that solved the problem to help someone out. They were able to use it. They were able to get results. They shared the results with us, and then we just shared what they shared with us. It's that simple. So it's, yes, it yes, it does sound simple, but there is steps along the way. Sure. Like, you have to start from somewhere. But I think the one thing too, that I guess the other day I had a comment come in of, how do I find the right niche, or how do I find this? Well, that's the first problem. Is I think a lot of people are going on YouTube to just be content creators, but they have no clue what they want to do. So for me, it's, you need to find out what is the one thing you're either currently doing right now, or it's something that you want to talk about, that you want to help someone with, that you have some sort of experience in, some sort of experience. It could be something that you just started a few months ago, that maybe you're a pickleball addict like myself, and maybe you started playing some pickleball, and then you're learning some things that helped you get to the next level, right? And instead, originally you were a 3.0, now you're a 3.5. How did you get there? People want to know, what were the drills you did? What were the types of things that you did that helped you, hit a certain shot? So, it's almost like the journey. The beginning part is the journey and documenting that journey, because you need to build that up in order for people to come in and follow you and believe what you have to say. Because if you haven't done anything yet, why are they going to trust you when you have, a few subscribers and you're telling all this stuff, but nothing's there, right? And it was even for us when we started this channel. We started from zero, guys. This channel started from zero, and we were talking about YouTube growth. How did we do that? We didn't just say, yeah, we're going to talk about YouTube growth and we're going to tell people how to get views and just come up with our own strategy, yet our videos aren't getting views. What we did was we shared the experience we had on the other channel that grew to over 100,000 subscribers, plus other channels that got, not 100,000, but like got, 20 to 20,000 plus views, or not views, subscribers. and had micro viral videos along the way and had money on the back end of YouTube as well. We shared all those experiences as the credibility right away. That's all we did. Even though we weren't getting a lot of views right away from this channel, we just started sharing that. And then eventually people are like, oh, they're not lying about it. They have a channel over here that's doing it. So something must be right. And then all of a sudden it starts to grow. And then the credibility starts growing, right? So I guess that's my biggest thing is find the one thing you want to truly love to talk about, to help, that you're currently doing, that you can help someone solve that one specific problem. And then you kind of just go from there.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Good point. All right, cool. And guys, let us know in the comments. Let us know if you are over your 1,000 subscriber count. And the reason why I'm asking that is because I think once you hit that, it kind of takes some pressure off. It should anyway. You know, because I get it, right? Getting to 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours, like that's something that you want to try to hit. I believe that you should try to hit that, because then that also unlocks the ad opportunity that to me is a bonus, right? It's not like I would never start a channel with just in hopes of getting to monetization for that to be the revenue. No, would not even, I wouldn't even set out on that channel if that was the only monetization strategy. All right. So let us know in the comments. Are you at the 1,000 subscribers? Are you still trying to get to 1,000? Let us know that in the comments. All right, cool. All right, Scotty, I am ready to dive into the next topic. And oh, guys, if you guys are just joining us, or if this is your first live stream, which by the way, let us know, is this your first live stream? Is this the first one that you've attended live? We'd love to know that. But what we do here is we have like 3 to 4 different topics that we address today. We're going to cover 3. We just covered 1. And then what we do is we pause for a second. We start with that topic, or we start again with that topic. And then from there, we share that. And then we end that. And then we do the next one. And the reason why is because that's part of our 1-hour content creation system. Okay, that's what we do. And we actually taught that in a workshop called our 1-hour content magic workshop, where we literally teach what we're doing right here today. And if you're interested in that, just in the in the description, you should find a link there to that workshop if you're at all interested. And I should also mention this. We are going to be doing upcoming this Saturday, depending on when you're watching this, but it's Saturday, October 25th. We are going to be teaching our 100K roadmap. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be sharing how we've done it in numerous businesses, but we're also going to be helping you come up and create your own 100K roadmap. So this way here, you can go ahead and check all those boxes and create that plan, that clarity to get you headed towards the 100K milestone. So if you're interested in that, in the description, you will find a link there. And if it's before the 25th, then you can join us there live. If it's after the fact, there may be an opportunity to watch the replay, which will be an on-demand. But the current price that it's at right now, it will not be that. It will be higher than that. So if you're at all interested, in the description, just go ahead and it should be the first link there. That will be our upcoming workshop. All right. And all the other resources should be in the description as well. All right, cool. So let's get rocking and rolling. Here we go. All right. In this video, I want to share with you what I have learned from my first 1,000 YouTube subscribers. And get this, how long ago do you think that was? How about 17 years ago is when I started my first YouTube channel. And if you've been keeping track, YouTube just turned 20 years old. So I was basically, well, one of the OGs, I guess you could say, is playing in the YouTube playground. And well, I'm still here, but several businesses after that. And what I wanted to share with you here today is really what that did for me, but also what I learned from 1,000 YouTube subscribers. So going back to that very first channel that I started, which was all about photography. My wife and I owned a photography studio, and Scotty, who's my partner in live video school, he was only 10 years old. He's 27 years old now, but he was only 10 years old when I was doing that channel. My wife and I, like I said, we owned a photography business. And what I started doing was I started doing exactly what I do today. And that is I started to build the audience in that niche. And I started to help people on their journey in photography, whether that was them starting a photography business, whether that was getting more customers for their photography business, or whether that was editing using Photoshop back in the day. But what we were doing was we were focusing on that one niche, and we were also helping them solve a problem. All right. So what did I learn from that first 1,000? Well, what I learned, and I'm going to share that with you here today, is that you only need 1,000 subscribers in order to really make a good amount of money. Now, not just through YouTube subscribers, but through email subscribers. And that is the big thing that I want you to just kind of listen to here and hear me out on this. All right. YouTube subscribers are great. And yes, you are going to get 1,000 subscribers, and that is going to help you unlock getting monetized or getting to the AdSense threshold. By the way, 17 years ago, wasn't even a thing. I never monetized through AdSense back then because it wasn't available, which actually, I think looking back at it, it was actually a good thing, because I started that channel in hopes to build a business around that niche and not about AdSense. So it was me focusing on, what am I going to do first? What am I going to do in order to potentially turn this into money or monetization? And the very first thing, there's three things, but the very first thing was audience build. All I did when I started that channel for the first 6 months was build the audience. And funny thing here is this channel right here, Live Video School, which is my most recent channel, that there is the exact same thing we did. We built this for, I think it was 4 to 6 months before we made our first $1. All right. And it was all because all we did was focus on building the audience. All right. The audience, not necessarily subscribers, but the audience. And from there, and this is step number 2 in this, and the thing that I learned is then start building your own audience on your own platform, your own email list. That is, that's where you own that email list. You own that. There's no algorithms in your way. Think about this for a second. We have 36,000 people on this channel that have subscribed, which we're very grateful for. But I can tell you right now that we don't get sometimes 36,000 impressions in the first day. All right. Impressions, not views, impressions. And what that tells you is that if YouTube was going to show your content to all your subscribers, then you should have 36,000 impressions in 24 hours. It's not happening. So what that tells you is that we need to build our own audience on our own platform. And for me, that's email. And I was doing it all the way back then, 17 years ago, and I'm doing the same thing right now. And this is also something, by the way, I should mention, this is something that now we are following to a T because we have done it. And it's what we call our 100K roadmap. It's where we are focusing on the audience build. Then from there, we're focusing on building the relationship with that audience through email. And then from there, we're turning that into monetization, into money. And if you'd like to get access to that free resource, there's an 18-page guide we put together. We're calling it the 100K YouTube Creators Playbook. If you want a copy of that, just put 100K in the comments and we'll send it to you. Once again, 100K in the comments, and we'll send you a copy of that. And literally, it goes through not just what I learned from my first 1,000 subscribers. Yes, that's where it all started. But over the last 17 years and several businesses, some of them at 7 figures, by the way, I've actually distilled it all down into this guide. So if you would like a copy of that, just go ahead and put 100K in the comments and we'll send it to you. So email list building is so important because what we do here is we build what we call KLT. That is also known as know, like, and trust. And that is so critical. And now with AI out there, my gosh, do you know if something's real or not? It's hard to tell. So this right here, being able to be real, be authentic, being able to interact with that other person on the other end of that camera is going to be super critical, because trust is at an all-time low because of AI. Yes, I love AI too. But when it comes to learning from people and trusting people, this is going to be right here is going to be really, really valuable. And doing this through email is going to allow you to connect with those people even further. So building that email list, which again, we go over that in the 100K playbook. So again, put 100K in the comments and we'll send you a copy of that. All right. And the third thing, and this is another thing that I've learned after my first 1,000 subscribers, is you have to give them something to buy. All right. You can build the audience, you can build the relationship, but if you don't have anything for them to transact with, you're never going to make any money. And so really quickly, I'd say within the first 6 months, we did create a course, and that was back 17 years ago. And that course was the thing that really springboarded our online endeavors and really allowed us to support our families now for over 17 years, because we had something to offer. And we launched a course, we did memberships, we did coaching, we did, lessons that people could buy, all of that stuff. But it started with one little course, and that turned into our first 6 figures, which again, we go into detail in the 100K playbook. If you're at all interested, grab that. I definitely think that you should. But you might be saying, but Scott, how do you do that with a small audience? How do you do that with only 1,000 subscribers and turn that into something substantial? Well, I shot a video right here that shows you how I was able to do it way back when, and it still works, and take that 1,000 subscriber base and turn that into $12,500 in just 3 days. Watch that video next, and I'll show you how. All right, cut. And that's that one.
Boom. And that right there is technically video number 2, because the video number 1 was the live stream. So this is the second video of this. And if you guys aren't familiar with this already and you haven't heard about this, yeah, this is our pretty much our recording day, we call it. Yes, it's a live stream, but it is also repurposed into its own videos, which we create 2 to 3 other videos from this, and then they will be sprinkled out throughout the week, edited a little bit separately, which speaking of that workshop we did, I did do a little section on that as well, where I broke down how to edit in 12 to 15 minutes using a tool we call Descript. It's a game changer, guys. I used to spend 4 hours editing videos for brand creators, the other channel that's over 100,000 subscribers, and I was doing 3 videos a week, doing 4 hours each video. And now I'm only doing 12 to 15 minutes a video, and it's super simple, and it's only getting better, only adding more tools here and there. So another thing to check out, we don't have an affiliate link for that. I just really like it. It's really good. But I know a lot of times with editing softwares too, it can be a lot at first. In that workshop, if you guys end up getting that and you check out the section where I do it, you're going to see how simple it really can be, and how it's honestly, especially for beginners, it's a great platform or software to use for your videos. So anyway, all right, that was video 2. We're going on to the final video. And here's the thing, guys, we're already kind of a week and a half. We already have videos from last week that's going to be posted this week. This is kind of how you get ahead. This is that little content hack we're talking about. So you ready to go into our next topic?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. Right. This one's going to be a good one. All right, cool. All right, here we go. All right, in this video, I'm going to share with you a 1-minute YouTube edit that made my business $100,000 plus. And not just one of my businesses, but several over the last 17 years. Yes, I've been doing this now for 17 years, and I made my first $100,000 this month is the kickoff of that 17 years ago. So it's kind of crazy that this one simple edit that I'm going to share with you is a game changer. All right. And it doesn't require a lot of skill in order to put this in place. Now, let me say this. AdSense is what a lot of people are focusing on. And what I'm about to share with you, this edit makes it where AdSense doesn't even really matter. I don't focus on it. We don't focus on it here at Live Video School. Yes. Are we going to accept the money that's coming in from YouTube? Absolutely. But it's not the main thing that we're focusing on. And you're going to see here in a second how this edit really, really makes it where you don't have to even think about AdSense money. All right. But like I said, I've built multiple 6 and 7 figure businesses without AdSense. Highlight that. All right. Double click that, because that is a huge thing for a lot of people that are just focusing on that. And here's the other thing. I've done it without a huge audience or a lot of subscribers. My first channel 17 years ago only had 16,000 subscribers, and we were able to do 6 figures multiple years in a row from a simple edit that I'm going to share with you here today. So, Scott, all right. What is the darn edit that you're talking about? Well, rather than just tell you, I'm going to demonstrate what this edit looks like. So here is what you're going to want to do. You are going to want to put a call to action into your videos where you're giving your audience something of value for free. All right. You want to give your audience something for free. That's the edit. Well, Scott, come on. What do you mean? How does that turn into $100,000 plus? How is that even possible? How is that even an edit? Well, let me show you. So, like I said, I've been doing this a long time, over 17 years, and I have built multiple 6 and 7 figure businesses following what I now call the 100K playbook. And the reason why I call it that is because after doing this so many times, I've been able to kind of like put together these pieces, these building blocks that make it all happen. And what I've done now is I've created a free resource. See where this is going? A free resource where we're giving it away for free. It's an 18-page guide, no fluff. It gives you the exact roadmap, the guide that you can follow, and it shows you exactly how we've done it, not in just one brand, not in just 2 brands, but in 3 different brands. All right. And if you want a copy of that, all you got to do is just comment 100K down below. Once again, just put 100K in the comments and we'll send you a copy of that. All right. Wait a minute. Time out. All right. I want to call a timeout because I want you to pause and I want you to see what just happened. You should have seen something come up on screen. If Scotty, my editor, is doing his job, he would have put a little thing there that said comment 100K. And if you see that, that's the edit. And even if that edit didn't make it, me putting that in there is an edit because I strategically mentioned it there. And so now you're saying, well, Scott, how does that turn into a $100,000 plus business? Here's how. What we want to do is we want to get people over to our email list so we can then further not sell you. I know that's what you're thinking. We want to build a relationship with you. Like, I'm a big believer in you. Before you would ever spend a dime with us, I want you to know, like, and trust us. And the only way that I've ever known to do that is to give you value, to give you something so you can go, wow, this was good. Wow, I've gotten a lot of really good information. I want to come back for more. If I want to know how to build a business off the back of YouTube, I want to go to Scott and Scotty. I really like their content. That's what I'm aiming for here. And guess what? If down the line, you want to join one of our workshops, you want to maybe work with us one-on-one, and maybe you want to be part of one of our cohorts, we can help you add some steady leads to your business, then great. Yes, we would love that. But right now, in the early stages, we're not going to ask you to marry us, right? If you're going out on a date, you're not going to go on your first date and go, well, this seemed like it went really good. You want to marry me? We don't do that. We have to prove ourselves, or we have to get you to know, like, and trust us. And that's what I've been doing now for 17 plus years. And that is the simple edit. that all you need to do is think to yourself, what is something that I can give my audience that will give them a win or will give them more clarity? What is something that you can do? And I want you to think for yourself right now, what is that one thing? What is that one thing? And if you know what that is, then you need to create that one thing. And it doesn't have to be an 18-page guide. It could be a one-pager. We have something that we were giving away on this channel in the very beginning, was just a one-page little document of 5, or actually I think it was 10, maybe it was 10, 5 or 10. It was our top title hooks that worked for this channel and our other channel that we just grew to over 100,000 subscribers. And so we gave that away for free in exchange for the email address. And you might be saying, well, why don't you just give it to them? Well, here's the deal. If I send it to your email address, I need your email address, right? And then you can always unsubscribe. Totally can. But we're hoping that you're going to get value and you're going to stick around, and then you get to see, maybe you're on a live stream. Maybe you just see another video pop up and you're like, oh, that's right, I got an email from them. Those guys are okay. They're the good guys. Okay. That's what we're trying to do here. So that's how you can add a simple little edit to your videos, every video. And from there, now that if you're a business owner, that becomes an asset in your business. We have people right now that are commenting on a video that was done 12 months ago that are turning into an email subscriber that then turns into someone maybe 3 months, 6 months, a year later that ends up joining one of our workshops or maybe works with us in our private cohort. Okay. But that's how it begins. All right. That's how it begins. Now, I have learned this over the last 17 years. And like I said, we have that guide. We're going to give it to you. But I want to share with you how I was able to take a small audience of just 1,000 subscribers and how I was able to turn that into $12,500 in 3 days. If you're interested in checking that out, click that video right there. I'll be there. I'll show you exactly how we were able to do it and how it still works today. Watch that video next, and I'll see you there. Cut. All right.
And recording's done for the week. I want to talk about one ththing that, for the 7 people we got on as of right now. Maybe you're watching some recording. I want to note technically 2 things that I don't know if anyone picked up on, which I would think you made it pretty clear, but sometimes people miss it. What was the same thing that you did in both of those videos? And I'll explain it, but what were the 2 things, right? And if you know, go ahead and put it in the comments. The one, he even called it out in the video, dropping the call to action, right? Comment hooks, comment 100K, comment leads, whatever your free resource is, whatever word you want to coin it as, you're dropping a call to action in there. And it's subtle. It's not, hey, go buy my book.
Right.
It's not, hey, go get my training. It's none of that. It's, hey, we actually did all this. And if you guys are interested, we have a free download of 18 pages that goes through the whole plan. Just comment 100K and I'll send you it. And then you just go right back into the video, right? It's very subtle. And the second thing was is how you ended every video. I don't know if a lot of people, especially if you're new, if you know the intention of the end of your videos, which every time you end, we do something that is called binge looping. So if you notice at the end of his little segment right now, he led you to another video that's on the channel. That is purposely done. Okay. There's no more subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment, share, ain't none of that. It's leading to the next video because we're trying to keep people in our ecosystem on our channel as long as they can. We're trying to give them more resources that's going to solve more problems for them. That might be something else that came up that, oh, Scott has a video on this too. Oh, I'm going to go check that out.
Yep.
And now they get there. Right. So 2 things that is very consistent on all of our videos is that call to action and that binge loop at the end. So if you didn't catch it already from just you doing it live right here, check that out in every video. You're going to see that. And that is intentionally put in there. Now, it's not specifically like, hey, at 3 minutes, we're going to say this, but it's more of you're flowing stuff kind of around that. You know that's going to happen. And ahead of time, you already know the video you want to lead people to for the binge looping, right? But just something I just wanted to note that some people aren't aware of, that they haven't seen, if they haven't been to any of our workshops or haven't done any of our trainings, they might not even know that we do that. So call to action, binge loop, super powerful.
Yep.
Got a question came out. I know you probably were going to answer that.
Oh, in your upcoming workshop, will you teach how to create a downloadable PDF for the free email exchange? Yeah, so we have that in the 100K guide. We do have, or the playbook, we do have a little segment in there. And actually, I think there's a video on our channel that has that. We will touch on it, but we're not going to go into like how to actually like create your PDF and then how to put it on a landing page and like all that stuff. We do teach that in our Steady Leads OS, our operating system. But we will touch on it in the workshop, and we'll give some examples. And we'll give some examples on how you can create that. But as far as like looking over our shoulder and creating a downloadable PDF, we don't go through that extensively. So just to be totally transparent with you, because there's a lot of different ways you can do it. And honestly, like the one simple way that we've done it is just put together a resource on one page and just give that away, whether it's a checklist, whether it's a grocery list, if you're into fitness and diet, whatever.
Yeah, last one real quick. So you guys are still making money despite having low views because of emails? Yeah, pretty much. Yep. Pretty much. I mean, yeah, there's more that goes into that, but yes, we're not looking at AdSense. We don't like our AdSense. Again, we're full open book transparency. Our AdSense is way down because we're not getting as much views, right? But we're still getting leads. We're getting 10 to 20 leads a day coming in, depending on the day, coming in. That is fueling our business. That's fueling that email list, that if we have anything that we want to promote, we can promote it to that list that might be interested in what we have. So we're targeting our ideal audience, and that's the difference with the views that we chase. It's not the views of the metric of virality of thousands of millions of views. It's the right views, even if it's a smaller number, because we know those are the right people that we want to be in front of. So even if it's only a couple hundred views a video, those are the target audience that we want to hit. We don't want to hit some of the people and we've had videos like this that have gotten 30,000 views, that majority of those 30,000 were not aligned with what we had to offer, or what we even, kind of wanted to share with people. We're like, that's not really our ideal audience. So there's different parts of that too. So yes, and another full transparency, just to give you like a little bit of I guess a result. In the end of August, September-ish, we launched our first cohort, which we did a total business pivot. And in about a month and a half, 2 months, probably a business pivot that we did. And, views started going down, right? Probably had our lowest view month. We still did over a $15,000 launch that month from not having a lot of views. So yes, emails is very powerful.
Yeah. Well, I mean, here's the other thing too, is like, okay, what the email list does too, is it also protects you from an algorithm shift. So like right now everyone is going through an algorithm shift, right? Everyone that I've talked to has said, views have been reported as down, right? And some channels with like massive amounts of views have like gotten cut in half or more, right? So how do you protect yourself against that? It's going to happen. It's almost like the stock market. The stock market is going to go up. It's going to go down. It's going to get stagnant. It's going to go up. It's going to go down. It's just the way it is, right? The algorithm is always going to change, and you are not going to be able to prevent that. You're just not, okay? But what you can do is you can protect yourself against that and make it so you're not so vulnerable, just like you would in a stock market. Is like diversifying. We're diversifying by building our own audience on our email list. So let's say that we didn't post a video on the channel for the next 6 months. We could still use our email list and connect with those people and build, a program to help those people in whatever area that they're struggling with. And we can do a launch, even if we didn't get another lead. Let's pretend like the leads got shut off. We still have that email list of people that someone might have came in 6 months ago, and now they're finally warmed up, or they're at the point now where they're like, I'm ready to do this. And now they're ready to jump in. So a lot of times people are only looking at like new. I don't look at it that way. I look at like, we have people that are on our email list that might have been there for 8 months and now they're finally a customer.
Sure.
Right.
Yep.
So those are some other things to think about that a lot of people don't think about. So yes, we are still making money despite having low views because of emails, 125%. Yes. Good question though. But all right, I think that's it. I think we did this in under an hour today, which is amazing. And Not a Burner account says over 4,000 watch hours and I'm 200 away from 1,000 subs. Awesome.
Yeah,
so that's
almost there.
That's amazing. Great job. Great job on that. And let's see. Oh, I'm going to give a shout out to Cheryl. Cheryl's been in our world for a while. So Cheryl, great job. 5,400 subscribers, finished my free PDF and now working on the landing page.
Awesome.
Amazing. Great job. And Cheryl, you're a perfect example of just sticking with it, committing and showing up and putting in the work. And it's, look at you, like 5,400 subscribers. Cheryl, if you're still with us, how many subscribers did you have when you first kind of came into our world? I'm just curious. I forget. Let's see. Oh, okay. Let me go here. Denise 11 Schultz. I sent this. I mentioned Scott and Scotty to you before. What I like best about his work is that he pivots and changes the marketplace while others teach lag and will changes in the marketplace. Awesome. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, so that's awesome. And and if you did request this and you're here on the live stream, we dropped it in the description, so you should be able to go there. If you're watching this later, you can just comment 100K and we'll see it in a comment and we'll send you the link. All right. And I think, unless you got anything else, Scotty, I think we're good. Oh, just to let you guys know, if you're interested in attending, which actually, you know what? Let me do this real quick. We'll do this on the fly. Let's see here.
Cheryl said maybe 500 when she started with us. Yeah, that's crazy.
Wow. Great job. Let me
also, I meant to say this too. I just checked in on Gavin. Gavin's crushing it. He's got, I don't know if you knew this, I was looking at his some of his top videos. He's got his one video is at over 750,000 views right now.
Yeah, it's crazy. I did notice that it was picking up some.
And then he had a video from like 5 days ago hit like 100,000, and then one from 2 weeks ago hit 100,000. He's killing it, and he started with us. I don't even think he had 1,000 subscribers.
No, I don't think he did either.
He's had that growth in like 6 months.
Mm-hmm. So, guys, this is what I wanted to share with you quick. So this is our workshop that we're going to be doing here. Right now, there is a super early bird ticket. We're celebrating 17 years. So we're doing a $17 ticket. If you're watching this after the fact, the price will be going up. It's still going to be affordable. It's still going to be under $50. And if you guys are interested, you can go here. We're going to leave the link in the description so you guys can check that out. And if you have any questions, they'll be probably answered right in here. And if you have any other questions, you can always email us, or you can just go here too and watch this video I shot. It's 3 minutes and 17 seconds where I basically just share with you what we're going to be teaching and what we're going to be sharing in the 100K roadmap. But the bottom line is, on the 100K roadmap is we're literally going to be helping you walk through and build your own 100K roadmap. Like literally like finding the niche, attracting the audience, building the relationship, monetization, and like, what's the path look like? And we've got something cool that we're going to share with you on that I'm not going to share here today. I'm going to let it be a surprise. And it's going to help a lot of people build out their own 100K roadmap. So if you're interested, definitely in the description, join us. 100K roadmap workshop. It's going to be about 90 minutes to 2 hours, somewhere in that range. We will be there live. For anybody that shows up live, we'll be doing some live Q&A. If you're can't make it live, we're going to also make the replay available for you. You'll get all the downloads and things there as well. All right. So anything else, Scotty? Are we good to go?
No, we're good to go.
All right, guys, as always, remember, take care, take action. We'll talk to you soon.
Later.
Bye.